When I wrote the book, Plagued Inside, I was trying to portray habits. For me, the habit of playing with a hangnail on my thumb, that became an obsession. So it starts off with a young man's obsession with his hangnail. And what he's talking about when he says, in my thumbs, there represents an intellect. And through all those cuts on my thumb, I cannot pretend that they are not evidence of habit, of my habitual waste in pursuing a consistent practice which renders me no benefit except pain. So what I do in this book is I begin to look at other people's habits in this imaginary kingdom. And eventually the protagonist, the young man, finds through exploring these habits of blinking, of scratching obsessively, anything that doesn't have a real conscious base, that people are leaving spaces and people are doing things in their conversation that he detects to be a pattern of an inorganic, an alien infection in the population of this particular country. And he begins to interpret those spaces, those habits, those flaws, and he develops an alphabet so that he can intercept the alien conversations. Because he realizes that they're using the human species, who are easily activated through habits, to translate intergalactic information from one world to the next. Now, what the protagonist eventually does in this manuscript is he finds a way to short circuit that alien patterning information. And so what he says here is one more rub-a-dub. He's rubbing the cuticle off his thumb in a certain way to short circuit this entire alien use of the human population.
So could he, you're saying that they were using the human population to transfer
information from one galaxy to the next. That we were like a relay station, a substation,
so what's
so to
wrong
speak.
with that?
Because the information that we were transmitting is alien. We are being used as wires. And in order to get to the true human possibilities of who we are, we cannot just be wires conducting alien information. In a Toltec sense, the flyers, which I wasn't aware of as a young man when I wrote this, when I was 16 or 17, was the fact that the flyer theory of the Toltecs is the same, that we have a foreign installation making our brain do certain things, but is actually the brain of these inorganic species from another dimension. It's the same thing. The importance of this book is that as a young man, I was already getting that information in order to become aware myself, to detach from the flyer, to detach from just being a conduit for some other species.
And become in control of your own destiny.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's why it's called Plagued Inside. Plagued Inside is a good name.
Wow.